ProbStats kids, this is Dr. Callahan with Week 8 Tuesday. How are you guys doing? Go ahead and pause the following questions or pause the video and answer the following 3 questions for your warm-up log. Keep in mind that your warm-up log is only due on week 9 Friday, so this is week 8 Tuesday. So you have about like a little over a week before everything is due. And so, sorry about that. We're going to go ahead and start the assignment for today. And let me just go ahead and go over to MS Team and share the screen with you guys. Okay, so here we are. Let's go ahead and create the assignment for today. And this is for week 8, Tuesday, ProbStats, semester 2. Your instruction is to make sure you watch the video in its entirety, make sure you show the work in your guided notes, and then any assignments that you did complete, make sure you take a picture of it and upload it onto MS Team. Today, we are going to talk about continuous compound interest. And that is going to be our topic of discussion for today. And with that, you can have something where your N could be equals semi-annual, it could be 1 year, etc. So the N really does matter in this situation. So that would change a little bit. Make sure you guys are checking in with me and viewing the assignment before 119 for 5th period, and then also 220 for 6th period. And actually, I'm going to just put this one as Wednesday because technically it is Wednesday because Tuesday you have the ACT. So this is not correct. And Wednesday, you guys do not have a delayed start. So just keep that in mind. Or I'm sorry, you don't have early release. So just keep that in mind because of the ACT. And yeah, make sure you upload your assignment by 3 p.m. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on sign. Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at today's stuff. This is your breakdown of what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to continue talking about continuous compounding. You're going to be changing the N, which is the time. Semi-annual means 2 sales, like the semi-annual sale for Bath and Body Works. There's 2 of those sales. One's in June and one's in January. So hopefully that makes you a little bit more cognizant what semi-annual means. Quarterly just means N equals 4. Daily means N equals 365. Monthly just means N equals 12. So just make sure you get that. We're going to start off on page 4. We're going to go over examples 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to talk about objectives number 4 with part 1, 2, 4, 5. And so with that said, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so with page 4, example 3, how many years would it take to have a total of $15,000 if $5,000 were deposited into an account with an interest of 7% and it is compounded annually? Annually means N is 1, so your A is going to be 15,000, your P is going to be 5,000, and your R is 0.07. This is going to be your formula, so we're going to go ahead and plug this in. So 15,000 equals 5,000. 1 plus 0.07 over 1 to the 1 times 3. Or actually, T, because I don't know how many years that is yet. All right, so first thing you're going to do is we want to go ahead and get rid of that pesky 5,000. So let's go ahead and divide that, which gives you a 3,000. 1 plus 0.07 is just 1.07 T. Now, from the last video, you learned how to get rid of the T and bring it down, in which case you got to put log in front of it, and you just bring that T down. So you have log 3,000 equals t times log 1.07. So then our first one is 3.4771. Our second one is 1.07 log, and you would have to have a calculator to get this. And then what is the opposite of a times? You know it's a divide, so let's go ahead and divide that on both sides. And then how many years do you have? You have 118.3 years. So it's going to take you over 100 years to triple your investment from $5,000 to $15,000 at 7% interest. All right, number 4, it says you deposited $7,500, so that's your P, in a savings account that has a rate of 6%. It's compounded monthly, so you're in change from 1 to 12. How much will you have after 5 years? All right, so looking at this right here, remember you're still going to be using the same formula that you had before, which is this formula here. I'm going to go ahead and bring it over so that way you guys have it. Okay, so here we go. Now let's go ahead and continue on with putting this in here. All right, so let's take a look at this. You deposited, and I'm not quite sure if I did not share the screen before, but if I didn't, I'm so sorry. Let's take a look at the answers right here for example 3. So just pause the video, take a look at the example here, copy it down, rewind the video, and when I'm talking and you can't see anything, maybe if you copy it down, you'll have it. So sorry about that, but I just realized that now. All right, so let's plug this in. So A is what you're trying to find. So then P is going to be 7,500. 1 plus R, which is 0.06, over N, that's 12. 12 times 5 years, okay? So this requires a bit of calculation on your part. First thing to do is going to do 0.06 divided by 12. That right there is going to give you the number that is going to be, I'm just going to put it right here, 0.005. Well, 0.005 plus 1 is 1.005. This right here, 12 times 5 is going to be 60. That's your first thing to do, okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your calculator, make sure you put the little caret. So you do 1.005 to the power of 60, which is going to give you a 1.3489. Don't forget your 7,500. Times that by 7,500, and you're going to get 10,116.38. Okay, so it says find the interest after 5 years. Well, your interest is just going to be your A minus P, so that's $10,116.38 minus P, which is 7,500, which is the amount that you deposited initially. So then your interest rate in this case is actually pretty good, 2,616.38. And this right here is your answer for your question here for number 4. And now that you can see it, that's all the better. If you're not sure what the exponent is, make sure you know the exponent is right here. It's that little caret right here, okay? All right, so now I want you guys to go ahead and practice. So here's example 5. The answer is given to you right here, and I want you to go ahead and give that a try. Okay, so for example 5, pause the video and give that a try. Your answers provided you for 5 and 6. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go over example 5 together. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. Find the number of years it would take to initial investment. So the number of years is T. P is $3,000 to grow to $30,000. Whew, that's a lot of money. Okay, which is A. If it is accounting ending in 0.042% and compounded quarterly. Quarterly means 4. Okay, so let's set this up. You're going to have 30,000 equals P, which is 3,000. 1 plus 0.042 over N, which is 4, to the 4 times T, because I need to figure out how many years it's going to be. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to clean this up a little bit because it looks really ugly right now. Okay, it's really messy. So we're going to do 0.042 divided by 4. And that is going to give you this piece right here, which is 0.0105 plus the 1, which is going to give you a 1.0105, okay, to the 4t times 3,000. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to divide it by 3,000 on both sides. So 30,000 divided by 3,000 is going to give you a 10. So if you want to get the 4t down, you're going to have to put a log on both sides and bring that 4t down. Okay, and then you want to go ahead and plug in the logs to see what this is equal to in terms of a decimal. So I'm going to type in log 4 on your calculator, which is a 0.602. And we're going to go ahead and type in a log 1.0105, which is a 0.00454. So we're going to do this first. We're going to first divide it by 0.00454 on both sides. Which is going to give you 132.71 equals 4t. And then you're going to divide it by 4 to get the t by itself. And you get 33.2 years. This is incorrect, sorry. 33.2 years. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at example 6. With example 6, this is an investment is made to fund that earns 0.042 compounded daily. If $8,000 is initially invested, how much would it be after 5 years? So I'm actually trying to figure out what A is. So in this situation, let's do A equals 8,000, 1 plus the rate divided by N, and your N is going to be 365 to the N times 5, okay? So first thing to do is going to divide that. So 0.042 divided by 365, and that's going to give you a 0.000151 plus 1 is going to give you a 1.00015 or 115. There we go. Not 151, 115. There we go. This part, 365 times 5 is going to give you a 1825. So make sure you put the caret. Which is going to give you a 1.233662. Don't forget your 8,000, which is then going to give you a 9,869.29. My answers are incorrect here. So give me a second and let me just fix this so that way we don't have this problem next time. So sorry about that. That is not correct. Let me just delete that. And I'm also going to fix it for the last one as well because that was not the correct answer. For number 5, here we go. Okay, I think we are good. All right, you guys. So make sure you guys have these two as your answer. As always, stay safe and healthy. And I will see you guys next time. But before I say goodbye to you guys, first thing I want you guys to go ahead and take a look at is make sure you go to the beginning of this. I want you to go over the 34 vocab on Quizlet. So type in this pink hyperlink with the tiny URL and then go over this on a separate piece of paper. When you're done with that, I think you guys are ready for a practice. So go to your objective number 4. There are 4 questions. It's on your guided notes, and then just review this material. All right, you guys, have a wonderful week. As always, stay safe and healthy and try to be kind to one another. Take care.